Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is From Four Corners. It is a series reflecting and building upon Isaiah 11:12. Some may look at this prophecy as being fulfilled, and if you are one of those who believe that to be true, the question I ask you is, will we witness something such as this happen again? This series is a message to those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Creator, the Almighty Father. Yahuwah is his true name, and accept Yahushua as Messiah, as our Mashiach. It is a message to you whom I believe will be drawn from the four corners of the earth, representing 144,000 of true Yasharal and a multitude of every nation, people, tribes, kindreds, and tongue who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father, brought together to a safe place as described in Scriptures. These messages are to you, my brothers and sisters. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah, and today is June 17, 2014. This segment of From Four Corners is entitled Remembering and Pressing Forward. Excuse me. My brothers and sisters, there is so much to learn, so much to do, and so little time. On top of what we have been accustomed, Scriptures foretell of a season when the days will be shortened. There are those among us who believe the days have been shortened already, including me. Whether we accept or reject the possibility that our days have been shortened, surely our lives are filled with things that are all too often capturing our attention, demanding our attention, and used to consume time. In other words, time is going fast as we are inundated with so many things that captures our attention. In another recording, I presented an example of a breakdown regarding day-to-day routines with consideration of 24 hours in a day or 168 hours in a week. In my example, it resulted with not leaving much time for personal study and fellowship if we are caught up in the day-to-day routines of our lives. If we become captured by our daily routines, my brothers and sisters, if we begin to measure the minutes, the hours, the times, or how much time it takes us to do different things, we will find ourselves really inundated and busy with stuff to do. If there truly will be a final exodus, then consider what it will take to bring us together. The 144,000 in multitude from the four corners of the earth. Who has considered the details? Who are receiving instruction from the Spirit of Yahushua regarding the details? The final destination must be identified, the method of travel, resources necessary, not to mention structure and leadership, represent only a sample of things that must and will come to be recognized and identified. When people begin together, we will face adjusting and adapting to ongoing changes along our journey as the numbers build. Looking forward, I cannot begin to attempt to put all that is to be accomplished in a single recording, nor can I begin to think about how many pages it will take to type or write what I believe I have seen as presented by the Spirit of Yahushua. The possibility of Yasharal's true existence is being widely questioned across the globe. But there are those who come to realize that the Almighty Father will bring to light the true existence of the 12 tribes mentioned in Revelation 7 chapter, and we will represent all that is written. While many of us believe we have come to expect an emergence of individuals from each of the 12 tribes, what will be a surprise to many is when you look in the mirror one day and you receive clear and specific instructions that inform you that you are indeed one of those chosen to represent one of the 12 tribes. Your identity will come before you. You will know who you are to represent. And to those who are Goyim or Gentiles, you will look in the mirror one day and realize that, hey, I am indeed one, grafted into the body of one, into the body of Yahshua. I am indeed being called to participate in the multitude that is described in Revelation 7 chapter. We together will be a body of one in Yahushua. End times will bring extreme humbling events, and we will come to know the meaning of righteous submission to those chosen by the Spirit of Yahushua, as well as to appropriately lead if so ordered. There are no doubts that we have become fascinated by what we are learning regarding our forefathers, along with our brothers and sisters who came before our times. We are excited about being freed from the bondage of erroneous pagan terms and names used in an attempt to hide the Almighty One's name, Yahuwah and Yahushua. My brothers and sisters, I spoke on the sequence of name usage and how it functions within our lives as instructed by the Most High Father Yahuwah through His set-apart Spirit sent in Yahushua's name and other recordings. As we begin to discover many hidden things regarding our culture and our practices, as they were in times past, there has also been an attraction for what is perceived to be the original Hebrew language and or dress. Time is a precious thing, my brothers and sisters. I am persuaded by the Spirit of Yahushua to strongly encourage each and every listener to begin seeking to manage what we are spending our time on. How much time are we spending looking back, remembering? Let us begin to ask ourselves, are we in check? Are we in balance? Are we spending more time with our heads turned looking back at what happened yesterday or yesteryear? Or are we beginning to look forward? Are we beginning to realize that there's a sense of urgency needed and it's time to begin pressing forward, my brothers and sisters? Remembering has proven to take our attention off of the now. And when we spend too much time trying to remember, it then becomes a distraction. End times will demand attention soon. In such a manner, we will come to identify end times as a season of rising demands, orders, and commands never before witnessed for now in pressing forward. In the academic circles, or among teachers and scholars, it is believed that the hardest thing for man is change. Though in the United States we have a president who won on a platform of change, we are about to witness change like never before imagined, beyond the rhetoric that he used in his campaign. I have stated how we need 4 critical things from a natural perspective to live. Things such as fresh air, fresh water, food, and a habitable place, of which most of us have taken for granted. My brothers and sisters, believe it or not, all 4 of these things are diminishing and are at risk of being extremely less available or will become non-existent in some parts of the world altogether. Are you aware that rising CO2 levels, methane gas levels are creating extreme atmospheric conditions where in some parts of the world fresh air is already threatened? The increase in the degradation, the decaying of the quality of our air is widely due to man's greed and neglect for the planet and life. One can look at studies and examine what has occurred in times past regarding how man moved past similar challenges. But there is nothing like what is about to unfold before us that has ever happened before. Truly, we are heading towards our extinction, as we know it, in these earthen vessels, with no practical or natural solution in sight. Those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuwah and who has come to discover Yahushua as Messiah have an expectation of scripture fulfillment, an expectation that tells us, teaches us, informs us that there is intervention by the Most High Father. The time is at hand where we must know how to govern ourselves when it comes to remembering and pressing forward. As I mentioned in previous recordings, we will soon discover that we will not have a lot of time to research. We will not have a lot of time to be focusing on remembering what happened yesterday or yesteryear. The time for pressing forward will soon take on a new meaning in our lives as forced migrations come during the intensity of end-time prophecy fulfillment. My brothers and sisters, are you ready? Are you ready? Could the following scriptures hold true regarding looking back too long or spending too much time on history? Luke 9:62. But Yahushua said to them, no one having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the reign of Elohim. Yeah, now there will be those, the smart, the intelligence, the scholars, who will dismiss the possibility of the question I posed before reading this verse. But beware of those who are void of discerning the life in scriptures. Balance is key, and we will soon realize the importance of remembering, and we will also come to witness the importance of pressing forward. Let us look at the following as well. Proverbs 4:25 say, let your eyes look forward and your eyelids look straight before you. My brothers and sisters, so many of us place most of our conversation on times past. Yes, there is much to learn and understand. For some reason, we talk about scriptures that inform us of things that occurred as a man ventured through life in times past, the life and experience of men, women, and children in times past. Yes, we read about this in scriptures. But scriptures also provide a roadmap to the Most High Father Yahuwah and Yahushua our Messiah. We are told in scripture that the Messiah will bring things to remembrance as necessary. What we read bring us to an active relationship now, and as we find ourselves pressing forward, the need to look straight towards the Most High is paramount. The realities of the Almighty One will enlarge over the coming days. In other words, he will become more and more real to us as end times unfold. For end times truly bring moments of refinement. There will be a final exodus, and we will witness the emergence of the 144,000 in multitude. Prepare to discover evidence of actions in motion to bring all scriptures to fulfillment. Keep in mind, my brothers and sisters, ahead looking back for too long consumes time and reduces the possibility of seeing what's ahead. I pray each and every one of us is able to endure to the very end, which is not far away. Remember, we are on a schedule created by the Most High Father, and it will unfold in his ordered times. Yes, my brothers and sisters, the time for looking forward, for pressing forward is now. The Messiah, our Mashiach Yahushua, will return sooner than most realize. And between now and then there is much work, many details that must and will be accomplished as we are refined and gathered. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, continue to seek the living voice of the Spirit of Yahushua and discover what is expected and how to respond as you believe you have identified with him. Yahushua directing yours, mine, our footsteps. Let us continue to press forward to discern and understand his words. Be advised, day-to-day routines and business as usual is about to be disrupted and replaced with our need to press forward into this final exodus. Yes, we will find ourselves pressing forward to obey the words and commands of the Most High. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, stay tuned. Continue to stay tuned and listen to From Four Corners, a series to those who will be among the final ranks of the 144,000 in multitude, those who will be martyrs, those who will be widely awake and able to hear and see and witness and obey what the Spirit of the Most High is saying to us individually and to the assemblies. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, be encouraged. Shalom. Shalom. Shalom.